Good morning, students. This is Mukesh Chauhan going to release my final video for the students of class 12th, chapter number 4, the enemy. Students, in my previous 6 videos, I discussed you the most of the story in which Sadao and Hannah both were involved. As a professional surgeon, they both tried their best to save the life of the prisoners who came to their doors being injured. I also told you that the servants of Sadao's house, they were just opposing this act. Out of anger, they all left the house, left their job. Even Yomi, who was too much attached to the children, weeping for them, but when it came to the question of patriotism, she decided to leave the house. She was bitterly weeping and telling Hannah, if the children miss her, she could call her. And Hannah was also stick to her decision. She says whatever happens, she is not going to call her. The cook, the gardener, they all were in the Sadao's house since Sadao was very young, means from the time when his father was there. They have witnessed both Sadao's father as well as Sadao. They start comparing Sadao with his father. They say if their master would be alive there, possibly he would have not done this mean act. They are calling the act of saving an enemy as the mean act. Therefore, they left in anger. Hannah is living in the house. The atmosphere is quite terrifying. She is always in terror. She thinks anytime the Japanese police may come, the Japanese army may come to arrest her husband. She thinks of her reputation, about her husband's reputation. When the officer or the messenger from the general came to call Sadao, she got worried and informed Sadao about it. Sadao went to the general, operated him and told him that he had undergone a heart attack, severe heart attack, and he could survive one more similar heart attack. Therefore, the general assured him that he will not let him arrested till he is alive. So somewhat he was quite sure that nothing is going to happen till the general was there. General also assured him that he will help him by sending some of his private assassins to kill the enemy, and he and his wife would not let know about his death. Sadao waited for 3 days continuously, but nothing happened. No one came. He was very hopeful that today something will happen, the next day something will happen, if not the next day, the next to next day something will happen. But continuously 3 days, nothing happened. Being fed up, the Hannah was repeating the same question, what you have thought of the enemy, what you have thought of the enemy. So he got tired of such kind of questions and the pressure which he was wearing from last 20 days over his head. Now he decided to do something by his own. He thought that the time has come when he will have to take his own decision. Therefore, one day he went into the room of the prisoner. He noticed that he was standing there. He had already shaved, although the color of his face, color of his cheeks were yellowish due to weakness. He told him his plan. He told the man that now he was capable of rowing the boat. He told if he is given a boat, he can row it up to the island which was not far from there. He also told about the qualities of the island which was where nobody used to go there during the season of storms. He told because of during the storm season the island get immersed into the sea. He told that he is going to help him. Now he will have to leave the place. When the enemy came to know that he was forced to leave the place, at this he became a little bit sad, disappointed. He again asked Sadao if it was sure that he was to go from there. At this, Sadao thought for a moment and told him that he had to go from there. Sadao told him that he will provide him with enough food. That day, after visiting the enemy, he did not come the whole day in his room. He directly went to the market from where he purchased some water bottles, 2 quilts and some eatables also. When it got dark enough, Sadao dragged a boat up to the shore. He put all the eatables into it and the water bottles which he bought from the market, he also put all these water bottles into the boat and the quilts. Now he told the prisoner that he has arranged everything. He told him that he is supposed to row the boat by himself. He told during night he will go there and near the island it is quite deep enough. Therefore the people from Korea, the fishermen from Korea come there. He can take help from the Korean boat whenever he sees it and he can go from there. He told him that there are enough quantity of fish on that island. If his food gets finished, he can manage with the help of fish. But he also warned him, although he can catch fish and manage them for his daily food, but he will have to eat them raw. He cannot lit fire there. In case he burns fire, he would be observed by someone, and in that case definitely he will be arrested. Therefore he warned him not to lit fire on the island. He told that he will give him a flashlight. Initially he was afraid. He was not thinking to give him his torch. But anyhow, making courage, he handed over his flashlight, the torch. He told him to use this torch before getting dark, because during dark, if he will flash the light, he may be observed. Therefore, he warned him to use the torchlight when it is getting evening. As soon as he reaches the island, he asked him to give him a flash single time. He told if he reaches safely on the island and his food gets finished, still he does not get any Korean goat, he will give him 2 flesh. This flashlight will be the indication that he is still there and he is still safe. After that, he asked the enemy to go. Now, the enemy was so emotional. He got hold of the hand of Sadao, and again he was looking in his eyes. Before leaving, Sadao also ensured to give him Japanese clothes. Therefore, the American was dressed in Japanese dress, and he tied his blonde hair with the help of a piece of black colored cloth, so that no one can recognize him, so that no one can identify him. When he was leaving, Sadao wrapped this black cloth about his blonde head, and now he said, the young American, without a word, shook Sadao's hand warmly, and when he walked quite well across the floor and down the step into the darkness of the garden. Means when he was leaving, he got hold of Sadao's hand, became emotional, then without looking back, he went out of the gate through the garden. It was quite dark. Once or twice, Sadao tried to show him the way with the help of flashlight, so that he can find his way. But that would not be suspected, because once or twice the flash of light is given from the house, nobody will suspect him. Therefore, he tried to help him to show the way with the help of the torch. Sadao was standing there, and he was waiting there until the man became invisible. He was standing there and looked the man. Then he crossed the partition that night and slept soundly. Since last 3 or 4 nights, he could not sleep peacefully, so he might be quite exhausted, tired. Therefore, that night he slept so soundly, and the burden from his shoulders was off. This is a kind of burden when somebody is living inside someone's house and is always living in fear of being arrested. This happens, and the one feels very much burdenous. Therefore, this burden was off from the shoulders of Sadao. Therefore, he slept quite soundly into the house that night. After that, he woke up in the next day and went to the general. Next day he went to meet general. The general said, You say the man escaped. He was asking the question faintly means as if he was drifting to sleep. This was happening because of the weakness. Says the general was quite weak and tired. He has undergone a severe heart attack. Therefore, he was quite weak. So he was asking Sadao that he was saying that the man has escaped. He had been operated upon a week before, and emergency operation to which Sadao had been called in the night. For 12 hours, Sadao had not been sure that the general would survive. Sadao thinking that possibly he would not survive after this operation. But the gallbladder was much involved. Then the old man had begun to breathe deeply again and demand food. Sadao had not been able to ask about the assistance. Due to the weakness, Sadao thought that at this moment of seriousness, he must not ask regarding the assistance since the general was feeling very much weak. He has undergone operation, therefore he could not courage to ask the question about assistance. He remained silent there. So far as he knew, they had never come. Sadao was thinking that the assistants never came in his house. The servants now had returned to their work. Yumi had returned. She had cleaned the room thoroughly, and she also burned sulfur into the room to keep the smell of the enemy away from the house. Here the narrator is trying to give us a little glimpse that the Japanese are also superstitious. How it can be possible that a man who is living will leave a smell into the house? Therefore, here he is trying to give us a little bit sense that the Japanese are also a little bit superstitious. You may burn the sulfur into the room. She cleaned thoroughly it. Now only the gardener was still cross because he had got behind with his Chrysanthemums. But after a week, Sadao felt the general was well enough to be spoken to about the prisoner. Means everyone was on its place. Yumi returned and resumed her job. The cook came back. He joined the work. Only gardener was still opposing. Although he came into the house, but he was angry with Sadao. He was thinking that the deed which Sadao has done, the deed which his master has done is not good. Therefore, he was still against his master. After a few days, when Sadao thought that the general had come over from the surgery, from the ailment, he went to him and discussed. He told, yes, he escaped. He told about the prisoner. He told him that he had escaped from his house. While he was telling this, he was coughing. This cough was not coming because he was infected by cough. It is human nature, it comes to us whenever we are trying to hide something, whenever we are trying to save us, it happens. Similarly, Sadao was also coughing while talking to the general regarding the prisoner. He told him that the prisoner has escaped from the house. this all the things he was telling unwillingly. He did not want to disturb the general because he has overcome an emergency operation. So his intention was not to disturb the general. That prisoner, he said with emergency, did I not promise I would kill him for you? After a few moments, the general remembered or recalled that he promised Sadao for sending assassins. He was asking general if he had not asked, if he not assured him for sending the assassins into his house. He was asking. When general asked him that he actually remembering, possibly he promised Sadao to send his assassins. Sadao told him, that's yes, you promised. Well, the old man said in a tone of amazement. He was quite surprised how it happened that he promised Sadao to do something, but he forgot. Now he was searching for the excuses, for the reasons, so that Sadao could be satisfied. So I did. The general said, yes, I promised. But you see, I was suffering a good deal. The truth is. The general said, the truth is that he was suffering with serious heart attack, therefore he forgot. This was the truth, that he could not send the assassins. He thought of nothing but myself and thought, I forgot my promise to you. He curtailed the conversation and told Sadao that he forgot to send the assassins because of his personal ailments, because of his personal illness. And I wonder, Your Excellency, Sadao murmured. It was certainly very careless of him. Sadao said, because of the politeness, because he was standing in front of the General of Japan, he said it can be because of your serious illness. Still the General said, no, certainly it is his fault. It was his carelessness. He also said, you understand, it was not the lack of patriotism or dereliction of duty. Dereliction means keeping away. General said, you can understand that I forgot, but it does not signify that there was lack of patriotism or he was keeping himself away from his duties. He was performing his duty well. He is never away from his duty. There is no lack of patriotism in him, but because of his personal illness he forgot. Here the general is trying to justify himself since he forgot to send. One thing or one possibility could be here that willingly he did not send because he was having fear that Sadao may make him the test case for mixing both. As he earlier said, there's cruelty of Germany and emotions of America. He was also having doubts, may not he be tested. Therefore, possibly he might have not sent these assassins, or this can be the reason that he was severely sick, so he forgot. But here he was clarifying. He looked anxiously at his doctor. If the matter should come out, he would understand that. Means he was asking Sadao whether he is considering the point that the things which happened, they were not intentionally. They were because of his illness, they were because of his weakness. He was ascertaining it from the doctor, or he was ascertaining it from Sadao. "Certainly, Your Excellency," Sadao said. He suddenly comprehended that the journal was in the palm of his hands and that as a consequence he himself was perfectly safe. Here, at this point, both were trying to make themselves safe. The general was clarifying his fault and giving clarification that it was not his fault. He is no less patriotic to him. And the doctor, means the Sadao, was also realizing that now the general was in his hands. Therefore, nothing is going to happen. In that case, he was overcoming his fear that he would be arrested. Now he realized that nothing will happen till the general is there. "I can swear to your loyalty, Excellency," he said. Therefore, Sadao said, "Sir, I can assure you that you are quite loyal to the patriotism of the country. You are quite loyal to the country. And to your zeal against the enemy." He said, "I also assure you that how much excited, how much energetic you were regarding the case of the enemy." "You are a good man," the general murmured and closed his eyes. "You will be rewarded." The general thought that the doctor is quite assured, quite satisfied. After that, he closed his eyes slowly and said that he would be rewarded for the deed. Again, here the confusion arises. He would be rewarded for letting the man escape, or he would be rewarded for operating successfully. The doctor was still in surprise. But the Sadao was searching the spot of black in the twilight. Spot of black in the twilight means when he returned back, he was trying to see. Standing outside his house, he was watching whether the man was there or he was gone away. But he could not find any sign there. The young man had come that other night, and into his mind, although without reason, came other white faces he had known. The professor at whose house he had met Hannah. Now standing at the door, he was recalling his earlier days when he was studying in America. He was recalling how he was living in the American professor's house, how he met Hannah, and how his wife treated him. What a pleasant behavior was with him by the wife of the American professor. Although he was many times in great difficulties, even at that time, the professor's wife managed everything and helped him. He was standing outside the house and realizing it. He had had the great difficulty in finding a place to live in America because he was a Japanese. When he was a student, he was finding a place to live in very difficulty. Therefore, he was thinking about the gratitude which was shown by the American professor's wife. The Americans were full of prejudice, and it had been better to live in it, knowing himself their superior, how he had despised the ignorant and dirty old woman who had at last consented to the house him in her miserable home. Any student like Sadao was searching a place to live in America. It was very difficult for him to find such kind of place, but with a great difficulty he could find the professor's house where this old woman permitted him, consented him to live in. He had once tried to be grateful to her because she had in his last year nursed him through influenza. Sadao also tried to pay the lady when she was suffering with influenza, but it was difficult for she was no less repulsive. But the lady denied, refused to take his help. She was quite opposing. She denied to take any kind of help of kindness. Now he remembered the youthful, haggard face of his prisoner, white and repulsive, strange. He thought, I wonder why I could not kill him. Standing at the gate of his house, holding the grill, he was thinking about Americans and feeling how he could not kill this strange man who was enemy of his country. Okay, thank you very much, students. The story is all over. This whole story gives us a lesson. Whatever situation may come before us, whatever condition may be before us, we should not leave hope. We should not be away from patriotism. We should not keep ourselves away from the feelings of dutifulness. Duty is first. Nation is also not second. Nation is also first. When it comes for the welfare of nation, nation is to be served first, but when it comes to humanity, humanity is to be saved first. Because if humans are there, humanity is there, the nation is there. If nation is not there, how can humanity survive? If humanity is not there, even then there is no use of nation. Therefore, both are the complement of each other. They should be well preserved. Thank you very much.